Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. That is the BS2 entrance exam by your coach Bakul Hanspal. This is Bakul Hanspal, the founder and the CEO of this very tech startup, and in this video, we are going to learn about the Tribunals Reforms Act of 2026. अब इसके बारे में हमें समझना पड़ेगा। अगर आप एक क्लैट यूजी एस्पिरेंट हो या फिर क्लैट पीजी एस्पिरेंट हो, कोई भी ऐसा हो जो किसी भी लॉ एंट्रेंस एग्जाम की तैयारी कर रहा है, या let's say you are even preparing for UPSC or any other competitive exam, this topic is a really hot topic because it pertains to tribunals, which forms a significant part of your polity section if you are preparing for UPSC or a competitive exam, and even for CLAT as well as other law entrance exams, because tribunals are law से related है. So at the end of the day, it makes a lot of sense. This is a very very important topic. इसके बाद भी हम एक टॉपिक करने वाले हैं विच पर्टेन्स टू सम बिल, एंड वो बिल इज अ वेरी कॉन्ट्रोवर्शियल बिल. आपको पता ही होगा, जो न्यूज़पेपर में रोज चल रहा है, जिस पर रोज बात हो रही है पार्लियामेंट में. दिस इज द मोस्ट न्यूट्रल टॉपिक. उस बिल से क्वेश्चन ना आए, बट अगर इससे तो क्वेश्चन आने तो हैं, तो काफी चांसेस हैं. दिस इज अ वेरी न्यूट्रल टॉपिक. इट डज नॉट पर्टेन टू अ पॉलिटिकल पार्टी, इट डज नॉट पर्टेन टू एनी आइडियोलॉजी, so it has a lot of chances of coming. Let's start. Okay, so basically, this Tribunals Reforms Bill 2026, it was introduced in Lok Sabha on 10th of August. You do not have to remember the dates, okay? It repeals the Tribunals Reforms Act of 2021. You need to remember this, that earlier, what act was there which used to govern the tribunals, and it is repealed which act? It is the Tribunals Reforms Act of 2021. And it has also formed the National Tribunals Commission. This we are going to understand. Whether you want to say tribunal or tribunal, it is completely up to you. Accent may vary, but it is the same thing. Okay, so it was passed by the Rajya Sabha also. It has also got the president's assent. Now you know the process. मेरे को ये बताना कमेंट सेक्शन में कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के कौन से आर्टिकल में लिखा हुआ है कि बिल एक्ट बन जाता है प्रेसिडेंट के असेंट से. आई नीड दैट पर्टिकुलर आर्टिकल नंबर एंड आई वांट यू टू कमेंट डाउन इन द कमेंट सेक्शन बिलो फॉर. ओके, व्हाट इज अ ट्राइब्यूनल? देखो, ये बहुत बेसिक है. अगर किसी को नहीं आइडिया है तो मैं इसको बता देती हूँ, अदरवाइज इट इज वेरी बेसिक. ट्राइब्यूनल्स आर व्हाट? दे आर क्वासी जुडिशियल बॉडीज. क्वासी जुडिशियल. जुडिशियल क्या होता है? Judicial bodies, you have the Supreme Court, you have the High Court, but what is quasi? Quasi is something which is half. That is, they are those bodies which are judicial, but they are also specialized in different matters. Like we say ना, railways tribunal है, मतलब रेलवे से रिलेटेड कोई भी मैटर इस ट्राइब्यूनल में जाएगा. आई कैन नॉट ब्रिंग एनी केस ऑफ मर्डर और रेप टू दैट ट्राइब्यूनल. टैक्सेशन है, वी हैव द इनकम टैक्स एपिलेट ट्राइब्यूनल. रिमेंबर, इनकम टैक्स एपिलेट ट्राइब्यूनल वाज द फर्स्ट ट्राइब्यूनल दैट वाज एस्टैब्लिश्ड इन द कंट्री. ठीक है, सो वो क्या पर्टेन करता है इनकम टैक्स में, अगर आपको अपील जानी है. ठीक है. देन यू हैव द कंपनी लॉ ट्राइब्यूनल, यू हैव द कंपनी लॉ एपिलेट ट्राइब्यूनल. वो स्पेशलाइज्ड मैटर्स जाते हैं. And in a tribunal, only in the bench of the tribunal, you are going to find those people who are specialized in those particular matters, right? So it basically, they are providing technical expertise, because अगर environment वाला matter है, NGT में जाएगा, तो आप इन्वायरमेंट से रिलेटेड जितने जो भी लोग हैं, एक्सपर्ट हैं, वो बैठेंगे पैनल में. रिड्यूस प्रेशर ऑर्डिनरी कोर्ट्स, इट वाज नॉट गोइंग टू गो टू द सुप्रीम कोर्ट, हाई कोर्ट. दे कैन सॉल्व सम अदर केसेस व्हिच दे हैव. फैसिलिटेट स्पेशलाइज्ड एडजुडिकेशन. Remember, you have company law tribunal, you have AFT, which is the Armed Forces Tribunal, Administrative Service Tribunal, that is Central Administrative Tribunal of CAT. Now we have this part, this particular part of the Constitution, which is Part 14A of the Indian Constitution. Part 14A, that was inserted through the 42nd Constitutional Amendment of 1976, which is also known as the Mini Constitution. It has brought literally most of the things. अब एक चीज़ है जो आपको समझनी पड़ेगी, जो क्वेश्चन में भी आ सकता है. जब क्लैट के पैसेजेस करोगे, यूपीएससी में आंसर राइटिंग कर रहे होगे, या प्रीलिम्स में क्वेश्चन आ गया, तो दे कैन डेफिनेटली आस्क क्वेश्चंस पर्टेनिंग टू कौन से आर्टिकल्स हैं. You have Article 323A and Article 323B. Article 323A deals with administrative tribunals. जो भी कैट सैट हमारे जितने भी ट्राइब्यूनल्स हैं, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव ट्राइब्यूनल्स, दे आर गोइंग टू कम अंडर 323A. जो भी बचे हुए ट्राइब्यूनल्स हैं, बी इट बी एनवायरमेंट, टैक्सेशन, रेलवेज, company, they are going to come under 323B. Remember this distinction very well. You need to know this and the part of the constitution. ठीक है. Swaran Singh committee was basically which had recommended the formation of tribunals, and also this particular committee also propounded the concept of fundamental duties in the country. So fundamental duties was also inserted by the 42nd constitutional amendment. ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं. ट्राइब्यूनल्स नॉट अ न्यू कॉन्सेप्ट. 1941 में मैंने जो आपको बताया है, पहला ट्राइब्यूनल स्टैब्लिश हुआ था, इनकम टैक्स एपेलेट ट्राइब्यूनल. रिमेंबर दिस. ठीक है. And then it was the first tribunal, and then by the constitutional amendment this concept came into existence. ठीक है. तो फर्स्ट ट्राइब्यूनल इज नॉट इक्विवेलेंट टू कैट 323A. रादर इट इज 1941 में, जहां पर डिक्लेयर हो गया था ये एज the income tax appellate tribunal, which was the first tribunal, and then your things came into existence. Even cat came into existence in 1985. ठीक है, but the provisions regarding it were already inserted in uh, accordingly 1976 in the constitution. अब how did the tribunal system expand? First tribunal was established in the year 1941, that is the income tax appellate tribunal. In 1976, by the 42nd constitutional amendment, 323A, 323B were added. Several other specialized tribunals came into existence. It is via 323B only. Then you have the Central Administrative Tribunal. 1985 में it was formulated through the Administrative Tribunals Act of 1985, and then they abolished and consolidated several tribunals, that is the Finance Act. Then who controls the tribunals? There are a lot many questions. We are going to deal with all of them. Who appoints members? Who controls administration? Who provides infrastructure? Who determines service conditions? How can members be removed? How long do members remain in office? The Supreme Court and tribunals. The 2026 reform cannot be understood without the Supreme Court's tribunal jurisprudence. There have been a lot many cases pertaining to tribunals, and अगर मैं आपको ये बात बताऊं इसकी, तो you do not have to remember these cases. You will have to, of course, remember these cases if you are a UPSC aspirant while answer writing, but you do not have to remember the cases if you are a CLAT aspirant. One thing that you have to remember is the Madras Bar Association versus the Union of India. ये केस 2010 से चल रहा है, एंड फाइनली इसका फाइनल जजमेंट आ जाता है 2025-26 अराउंड, वेयर सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बहुत चीजें रिपील कर दी जो 2021 ट्राइब्यूनल्स एक्ट में है. सो दे हैड अ लॉट मेनी थिंग्स. वो बोलते मिनिमम एज जो होनी चाहिए पर्टिकुलर पर्सन की हु इज इन द ट्राइब्यूनल बेंच should be 50 years, which was basically considered as a bar to young advocates. This was for point number one. Then the tenure that they had was a 4-year tenure. अब 4 year tenure बहुत छोटा होता है, इसको स्टैंडर्डाइज करके 5 year tenure कर दिया जाए. हमने एक और चीज अभी हम पढ़ेंगे, सिलेक्शन कम कमिटी. जो सिलेक्शन कम कमिटी है वो बेसिकली एक ही नाम सजेस्ट करती थी टू बी पुट इन द बेंच ऑफ द ट्राइब्यूनल, बट वो एटलीस्ट दो नाम रेकमेंड करनी चाहिए. दिस वाज सेड बाय द सुप्रीम कोर्ट. So there were a couple of changes, and it was not possible to actually incorporate the changes in the Tribunals Reforms Act, Tribunals Act of 2021 via amendments. तो हमें नीड पड़ी कि हम ऑल टुगेदर एक नया एक्ट ले आए. और इस एक्ट में और इस पर्टिकुलर केस में ऐसी बहुत सारी चीज़ें देखी गई हैं कि जब 2010 से ही जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट ये चीज़ें ला रहा था कि 50 इयर्स एज बहुत ज़्यादा है, बार बहुत ज़्यादा है, 4 years tenure नहीं 5 year होना चाहिए. So we had been observing that Parliament during that point of time, all the executive bodies were actually following the Tribunals Act of 2021. So they were not following the Supreme Court guidelines. And also, in this particular case, you're going to see there were a lot of executive overreaches which were happening in this particular case. There was, that is the reason whenever you're going to read about the Tribunals Reforms Act, तो देखोगे separation of powers, independence of judiciary और executive overreach, ये आपको तीन शब्द तो दिखेंगे ही दिखेंगे. बिकॉज इस केस में हुई ही ऐसी चीजें थी जो हम पढ़ेंगे आगे कि executive was again and again overstepping its authority, and we did not want that to happen. Okay, L. Chandra Kumar versus the Union of India, one of the very important cases. ठीक है, the Supreme Court recognized the constitutional role of High Courts under 226 and 227, which is the writ jurisdiction of High Court, and Supreme Court under 32. A tribunal is not a replacement for constitutional judicial review. For judicial review, you have to come to the courts only. ठीक है, tribunal is not a replacement for it. We know there was tribunalization of Indian judiciary. Tribunalization का मतलब क्या है? Because new tribunals came into existence, right? So in that case, when new tribunals came into existence, my handwriting is really bad. Anyway, when new tribunals actually came into existence, so it was a lot of apprehension was there that courts को replace कर जाएंगे. But they're actually not replacing courts, they're actually facilitating the courts. Tribunals are not completely outside the judicial review structure. Their decisions remain subject to constitutional jurisdiction. There are cases, right, tribunal के पास जाते हो, decision आता है, you can even challenge it before the High Court or Supreme Court as per the statute of that particular tribunal. So they are not कि भाई judicial review बिल्कुल भी ऐसा नहीं कि जो भी decision आएगा tribunal का उस पर judicial review हो नहीं सकता. Definitely हो सकता है. Madras Bar Association cases में most important lines repeatedly scrutinizing. So there were a lot of these parameters came, tenure discuss करा, qualification, role of executive, selection committee, इस पर हम अभी आते हैं. ठीक है, 2021 तो यहाँ पर certain provisions of 2021 finding constitutional problems regarding separation of powers and independence of judiciary. ओके, तो नेशनल ट्रिब्यूनल्स कमीशन आया है इनटू एग्जिस्टेंस, ये पहले कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं था। ठीक है, अब इंस्टेड ऑफ leaving key administrative tribunal administration entirely with the executive government, earlier government was controlling it completely, but now we have created a separate body, a judicially dominated commission, which is the National Tribunal Commission, which is going to have a chairperson, judicial members and non-judicial members. So it is going to have a chairperson who is a judge of Supreme Court, a chief justice of High Court. Remember the eligibility criteria. It's a five-member body. You're going to have judicial members. Person needs to be chief justice of High Court or judge of the High Court, and technical members, other members who are non-judicial members, must have at least 25 or more than 25 years of experience in public administration, finance, law, accountancy, banking, management, or technology. Who appoints the NTC? Of course, the central government is the formal appointing authority. Before appointing the chairperson and the judicial members, the central government has to take the consent of the Chief Justice of India. So basically, they're going to go into a consultation process with the Chief Justice of India, and only then they're going to appoint the chairperson of the NTC, so to make the process more fair. ठीक है, so CJI does not appoint the central government. Of course, it is done by central government after in consultation with CJI. Next is tenure of NTC members. You have 5 years or 70 years, whichever is earlier. ठीक है, for the chairperson, and for the tribunal member, for the other members, you're going to have 67 years. But of course, tenure is of 5 years and 70 years and 67 years. Remember this, okay? What does NTC do? NTC does the selection process, conduct selection process for tribunal vacancies, reviews tribunal performance, oversees inquiries into complaints against tribunal members, develops and maintains the national tribunals data grid. Very important. You have the national judicial data grid, which entails all the information regarding the number of pending cases in the Supreme Court, with how many cases have been solved, how many cases are ongoing, right? You have a proper grid which is regarding the different courts of the country, right? Similarly for and we did not have any data as of now for the tribunals, but now we are having separate data for tribunals also. So this grid has come into existence, which is one of the most breakthrough initiatives. National Tribunals data grid, it will maintain a repository of case related information. Okay, so this is very important. NTC Secretariat, which is again the highest body of NTC, and the secretariat is the secretary to the government of India. ठीक है, इसके functions क्या, administrative functions, impaneling experts, preparing annual reports. Secretariat is required to communicate the selection commission recommendations to the central government within 3 days. We'll understand what is the search cum selection committee. ठीक है, सर्च कम सिलेक्शन कमेटी, अपॉइंटमेंट्स टू ट्रिब्यूनल्स आर मेड थ्रू दीज. ठीक है, तो फॉर अ ट्रिब्यूनल chairperson, NTC chairperson, NTC technical member, retired High Court Chief Justice, government secretary, two impaneled experts, and NTC secretary, all these people are going to make sure that they take part in the selection of the in the selection of the tribunal chairperson. That is, they're going to recommend names for other tribunal members, for judicial members, for technical member, retired High Court judge, government secretary, two impaneled experts, NTC secretary. They are going to recommend the names of the person whom they want to be the tribunal member. Who has the vote? The committee chairperson has the casting vote. No voting rights are given to the member secretary and to the expert members. One recommendation, recommendation per vacancy, one recommended candidate plus one additional candidate on waiting list, different from the form where the broad names were simply forwarded to the government. Now they are going to make sure that they have a proper list of persons they want to send, right? One person waiting and one person they want to select, two persons they are sending. It is not that randomly किसी भी लोगों को भेज दिया है. ठीक है, so they are going to select the people. Okay, so appointment timeline, selection committee conduct करती है selection process को. सिलेक्शन प्रोसेस के बाद वो कमिटी रेकमेंड करती है एक कैंडिडेट का नाम और एक वेटिंग लिस्ट कैंडिडेट. ये मद्रास बार एसोसिएशन के जजमेंट में भी बोला गया था, दो पर्सन को भेजना ही भेजना है. पहले सिलेक्शन कमिटी सिर्फ एक बंदे को भेजती थी, अब दो को भेजेगी. उसके बाद सेक्रेटेरिएट इज गोइंग टू कम्युनिकेट इट टू द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट विद इन 3 days. Then central government is going to have a kind of consultation process with the CGI, right, within 3 months from the recommendation, and then they're going to appoint a person, right? Reappointment, अब what, reappointment भी चल जाएगा इसमें. You also have like also have things in place for the reappointment as well. that is things that are going to be considered as how much you served, how well you previously served, and what was your performance. Every tribunal member has an automatic right of reappointment. No, that is incorrect. Reappointment is subject to the prescribed process and conditions. Removal of members. So members can be removed on the basis of insolvency, conviction for offence involving moral turpitude, physical or mental incapacity, abuse of position, accusation of interest prejudicial to the functions. ठीक है, सो दीज आर द क्राइटेरिया फॉर रिमूवल, जस्ट गिव अ रीड टू इट, और कुछ इसमें है नहीं ऐसा. ठीक है. फाइनेंशियल एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव इंडिपेंडेंस, अ मेजर ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ न्यू फ्रेमवर्क इज ग्रेटर फाइनेंशियल एंड एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव ऑटोनॉमी. ठीक है. सो दे ट्राइब्यूनल्स आइडेंटिफाई रिक्वायरमेंट्स, एनटीसी सेक्रेटेरिएट कंसोलिडेट्स द रिक्वायरमेंट्स एंड द कमीशन इवैल्यूएट्स द ऑब्जेक्टिव फ्रेमवर्क. दिस इज द नॉर्मल थिंग दैट वी हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड. ठीक है. 16 covered tribunals and bodies. So you have these many tribunals have been covered: Customs Excise Service Tax Tribunal, SCAT, Railway Claims Tribunal, Debt Recovery Tribunal, State Administrative Tribunal, Security Appellate Tribunal, Debt Recovery Appellate Tribunals under the Smugglers, Foreign Exchange Manipulators Act, Telecom Dispute Settlement and Appellate Tribunal, Arms Forces Tribunal, Company Law Tribunal, Appellate Tribunal, National Industries by the central government, Appellate Tribunal for Electricity, National Green Tribunal, National Consumer Disputes Redressal Commission, and the Income Tax Appellate Tribunal. Remember the name of the tribunals, okay? Then you have the governing, this is some extra thing. CAT was established by the Administrative Tribunals Act and SAT by 1985. Remember for SAT, it is for SEBI 1992. Remember for Tri Act of 1997. Then remember for NGT, which is of 2010. Remember of NCLAT, which is of Companies Act 2013. Then you can remember for yes. So you इतना तो for CLAT aspirant तो remember करना ही है. Otherwise remember the full form of DRT, AFT, APTEL, NCDRC and ITAT. ठीक है. But the tribunal is not equivalent to court, that you already know. Separation of powers is very important. ये हमने मद्रास बार एसोसिएशन वाले केस में देख लिया है. ठीक है. आर्टिकल 50 कनेक्शन ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. आंसर राइटिंग में भी डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ स्टेट पॉलिसी. स्टेट शैल टेक स्टेप्स टू सेपरेट जुडिशरी फ्रॉम एग्जीक्यूटिव एंड पब्लिक सर्विसेज ऑफ द स्टेट. So basically this is the only article in the constitution which talks about the separation of powers. And via इसके basis पर ही हमारा मद्रास बार एसोसिएशन वाले केस में सुप्रीम कोर्ट has basically set the constitution of the tribunals reforms act of 2026. Wherein supreme court intervened कि parliament can create tribunals but parliament को रहना है with the consistent with the constitution, judicial independence, separation of powers and binding सुप्रीम कोर्ट precedent. देन जस्ट द कंपैरिजन, पहले सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट चलाती थी ट्राइब्यूनल्स को, अब नेशनल ट्रिब्यूनल्स कमीशन है. पहले गवर्नमेंट खुद सिलेक्ट करती थी, अब आपका एनटीसी लेड सिलेक्शन प्रोसेस है. Safeguards were litigated. अब जुडिशियल मेजोरिटी है इन दी एनटीसी. यू हैव चेयरपर्सन, यू हैव जुडिशियल मेंबर्स, also subject to judicial review also. Yes, so you have judicial majority and CJI की कंसल्टेशन से हो रहा है. Earlier statutory framework selection कम सर्च कम सिलेक्शन कमिटी है. अब पहले कोई ऐसे एनटीसी डेटा ग्रिड नहीं था, बट अब ट्रिब्यूनल्स डेटा ग्रिड है. ठीक है. एनटीसी परफॉर्मेंस रिव्यू पर आपका रीसिलेक्शन होता है. कंप्लेंट्स होती हैं इसमें. देयर इज अ मैकेनिज्म इन 2026 ओवरसाइट एंड द प्रीवियस वन हैज बीन रिपील्ड. एंड पहले में इतना प्रोसेस नहीं था, तो 2026 इज मोर फेयर. So this was the whole thing which was about national I'm sorry, the Tribunal Reforms Act of 2026, which is repealed the Tribunals Act of 2021. जो भी मैंने इसमें पढ़ाया है ये इतना ही रेलिवेंट है आपके लिए, इससे ऊपर जाने की जरूरत नहीं है फॉर क्लैट यूजी 2027, right? Because in CLAT PG you're going to get passages वैसे भी, and in for CLAT UG this is very important for the current affairs section. So this has been done. This has been done and dusted. If you have any doubts pertaining to this topic or pertaining to your CLAT 2027 or 2028 preparation, then you can definitely DM me on my Instagram. Kindly follow me on my Instagram. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel for getting such amazing videos and amazing content. Thank you so much for commenting on a regular basis, for subscribing to my YouTube channel, for liking my videos. It means a lot to me. Stay tuned. Bye.